Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. Guys, I was asked to do a video, and I'm so sorry I forgot, but I was asked to do a video on last week in regards to a comment I had left in Tony Gatskin's YouTube video based on soul ties. I had made a comment telling others how I broke my soul tie, but most importantly, how God required me to forgive and release my ex. And just touching on that, a lot of people asked me to do a recording on that situation. So let me explain to you. Breaking the soul ties is something completely different. So if you saw it on Tony's video, then obviously Tony have his video, but I also have a video posted on my page, specifically how I broke my soul tie. And again, it's different ways from different people, but my video, I think it's maybe like the 35th or 36th video down on my channel, but I have all white on and it's called Breaking Soul Ties. But after I broke my soul tie, God required me to reach out to my ex. Child, believe me, I did not want to, but I had to be obedient. And I didn't know why or how, but I just knew that God wanted me to reach out to him. So I did. And when I took the first initial step, then the Spirit guided me and led me to how to proceed. So basically, what God had explained to me was, listen, okay, since you're serious now about breaking soul ties, and since you're really serious about moving on, then you're going to have to release him, because if you don't, that gives him, that gives him the opportunity to keep calling and harassing your nerves and begging to get you back. Because also you have to realize, if they hurt you or they have wronged you, then a guilty conscience will be another way that they will use you, or use the moment to keep having to contact you, let it be to constantly apologize or whatever. But once you break soul ties, you have to break everything. So you need to do whatever you need to do to really get them away from you. And they have no leverage whatsoever to have a reason to contact you. So again, as I explained in my soul ties video, if you haven't watched it, then I suggest that you probably want to watch that first before continuing with this video. But again, we were on and off for a very, very long time, and it just wasn't. It wasn't a healthy relationship. It wasn't real, true love. You know, once you've experienced true love, then you can look back and realize, like, okay, that was foolishness, nonsense, and the trick of the enemy. But you know, hey, it's learned experience. It is what it is. So when I reached out to him, then God, the Spirit led me, as I said. And so I invited him to dinner. I invited him because I wanted to pay. I wanted to be in control of the situation. I didn't want to give him any leverage on anything. So we met for dinner. Of course, I drove and I met him there. I didn't even wait for him to get there. I went inside and I was waiting on him. So in his mind, honey, he think he's coming and we're about to have a meeting of the minds and we're about to get back together and, oh, let's go to counseling. Boy, bye. So, so when he came in, you know, he's just all smiley faces thinking that, you know, okay, she's going to give me another chance. So he sat his behind down. I was about to say something else. Excuse me. So he sat down and I had nothing rehearsed. I literally just knew that the Spirit was going to guide me. And so I looked at him and I said, listen, I want to first tell you that I forgive you. I forgive you for not knowing how to love me. I know you love me. It's not a healthy love, but I do know you love me, and vice versa. But I want to forgive you for not knowing how to love me, because you weren't taught that in your foundation or in your roots, which he wasn't, truth be told. He came, you know, from a broken foundation, and we have to understand that if somebody was never taught love or love properly, they can't love us properly. So that's the first thing we must realize to free ourselves. It's not about you. It's not that he didn't love you, and it's not that, you know, you weren't good enough. No, sometimes people just don't know how to love you. And if they're not ready to learn, then you gotta release them. So of course, you know, he just looked at me, you know, trying to seduce me with his eyes. The devil is a lie. Lord. So then I told him, like, listen, I ask for your forgiveness. Matter of fact, you don't have to forgive me, but I want to apologize for all the times I came out of character. No matter how much you pushed my buttons, no matter how many times you violated me, I'm responsible for my actions and my reactions. So I apologize, because at the end of the day, I could have walked away. I could have walked away on the first offense, but I kept coming back. I kept giving him the second chance. So who can I blame except myself? So I forgive you for not knowing how to love me properly. And I apologize and I ask for your forgiveness. And if you don't forgive me, I've forgiven myself for coming out of character, for acting the fool, for cursing you out, for slapping you when you're sleeping because I had a flashback, whatever it may be. I apologize wholeheartedly. I love you. Truth be told, I will probably always love you, but it ends here. And he looked at me in a way that he never looked at me before. This time, he knew it was over. Well, a lot of times when somebody, you keep giving them chances after chance, after a while, they get immune to you leaving, so they know you're coming back, so it's no big deal. But this time, the look in his eyes, his spirit was so disturbed. His spirit was so shook because he knew. And he just started talking and rambling. And I don't even know what he was saying, but it was making no sense. But he was trying to I don't know what he was trying to do. I guess the spirit just got up in him and he just knew that this girl ain't playing this time. And I was not playing, honey. And that's why I always tell people, you have to get to a point when you are 100% tired. 95%, 96%, 97% tired ain't gonna work. You will keep going back until you are 100% tired. I'm always asked, how do you know when you're 100% tired? You are tired when your soul is tired. You are tired when you're no longer saying you're tired. Because when you're really tired, when that soul is tired, you won't even say you're tired. You're just going to pack up. You're not saying nothing to nobody. You're not even going to call your mama. You're just going to pack up and leave. You're in the wind and nobody will see you again. That's when you're tired. You're tired when if you want to fight for it, you can't fight for it. It's like you literally been in a street fight. There's nothing left to give. Like if you wanted to swing, you physically couldn't because you're just tired. That's when your soul is tired. That's when you're ready to do your soul cleanse. Until then, you're most likely wasting your time because you're just not ready yet. And don't get me wrong, you may think you're ready and you may really feel you're 100% ready and you go back and then you're like, oh my God, I'm not ready. That's all right. Every time you fall, just keep getting back up. Keep getting back up. But again, me being able to release him and telling him that I forgive him, even though he didn't even ask for an apology, but me forgiving him released him. That way he can go on with his life and he don't have to worry about, oh my God, I can't believe I did this, or I can't believe I messed up a good thing. Listen, you're forgiven. Go on. Go get what God has for you. Sadly, you're going to just keep damaging souls until you allow God to deal with you and heal you and your foundation and your wounds. But me, I got to go. I got to go get what God has for me. Because see, I chose you on my own accord. This time, I'm going to let God choose. So let me let you go about your business. Because I got to go over here and get healed and prepared for the man that God has for me. So guys, I just wanted to share my experience with you because there was so many of you. That comment got, I think, like almost 400 likes. So that's what happened with me. I was required to release him. So you may be required to release. God may not require that of you. It just depends on the situation. But I know with him, he still was holding on to a lot of regret. And sometimes when people are holding on to regret, again, that gives them leverage to keep contacting you, wanting to apologize and all that nonsense, honey. I don't want no apology. You good. We're good. So that was my experience. So I hope that helped somebody. And yeah, so you guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.